TLO, what's poppin'? We are on Twitch. We are not live. You can leave a like, comment, subscribe. Turn on your post notification bells, man. Let's continue to grow the family from Chicago to the UK. This is Britain's hardest prisoner, Paul Sykes. You gotta be doing a lot of hard shit, Pauls, to get that type of name, to get that title. So let's get into this.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Our language is full of tough guy phrases. We think it's good to fight your corner, to knock 'em cold. It's an attitude that may have shaped the life of the heavyweight boxer, literary prize winner, and habitual criminal whose story we tell tonight. Here's the testimony of two men who've tried to contain him.
Okay.
He's intelligent, but he can be very short-tempered, and he has a reputation and has on a number of occasions assaulted staff. He's certainly a reputation for being quite violent.
He was such a physical man. He used to do his jerks and press-ups in the custody office, and they realised potentially they had a very violent man there, and his record spoke for itself.
He's very bright. There's no doubt about his intellectual ability. He's probably brighter than most of those of us who've locked him up.
Some of the things he's done certainly can be classed as evil. But I think he's somewhat of a Jekyll and Hyde character.
Between 1962 and 1985, Paul Sykes was convicted twice of wounding with intent, twice of robbery, once with violence, 5 times of assault occasioning actual bodily harm, once of assault occasioning grievous bodily harm, more than once of assaulting police and prison officers. He's a
She say all this in 1 year? Goddamn.
violent man, and he uses violent language, some of which is an inevitable part of the picture we've built up inside and outside prison of Paul Sykes at large.
Got an old school doc today. Skinny head ass, fit through the bars. Trying to see which prison is this. This is I can't even tell.
Hull Prison's A Wing is a special unit for the most difficult inmates in the prison system. Paul Sykes is one of the 8 men in the unit.
I've had 10.5 years for whacking screws and 10 years for whacking coppers. Yeah. I've never taken a liberty in my life.
This was the prison get up back then? These are the shorts that they prison issue shorts?
I've belted a few people.
On every case I was in the right, and it were them that were doing taking the liberties. And I did what John Wayne did, what any sane thinking man would do, punched them right in the fucking head hole.
I'm an expert at violence. I've been at it all my life. I'm not a thief, I'm not a liar, I was brought up on John Wayne pictures. He punches a bad guy on the chin. They cheer him, they give me time.
Paul Sykes is currently in prison for 6 years. He's been locked up for 21 of the last 26 years.
God damn. That boy don't know freedom. Oh man.
I mean, I'm not a armed robber, a murderer, a rapist. I've got no set modus operandi. It usually involves giving somebody a belt, though.
Low key, like his whole outfit remind me of like one of them cartoon characters, like Popeye the Sailor Man or something.
There's some people I've hit
Man,
and
strong
didn't
as
hit them
hell.
hard enough. And there's some people I should have hit that I didn't. People get stuck in the groove, the thinking gets stuck in the groove. Give them a little belt, you knock the groove out, and then you get their attention. Screws handed in the brains at birth. If you relied on any prison officer's mentality, we wouldn't have discovered the Isle of Man yet. Give you an example. John and I were in my class at school. He's an SO at Leeds, Nick. So I get discharged from prison Christmas Eve 1984. Signs me the papers, puts my record away and wishes me a bit of luck, like the way I've gone. I'm back in the Nick May the 10th, 1985. In that time, worn these pumps and trod on French soil, Syrian soil, Indian soil, Malayan soil, Singapore soil, and Russian soil. Just me pumps, these. I've been about a bit. John, I want to go in the reception, has moved 18 inches, and he said to me, Paul, you won't have any life left.
Paul Sykes is from Wakefield in West Yorkshire. He grew up on the city's Lupset estate, the only son of Walter and Betty Sykes.
I had never any problems with him as a little boy. He was always a grand lad. And even today, the neighbours that's known him from being a little boy won't hear a word said against him.
When he was 4, Paul was given his first pair of boxing gloves. His father Walter was in his regiment's boxing team while serving 10 years in the army. He left to become a prison officer. At home, he taught Paul to box.
Well, I was thinking to do something.
You see the background coming out now. Dad was in the army for 10 years, then he was a prison officer, taught him how to box, was a mama's boy.
Every day, do some exercise, some training every day. Press-ups and, you know, and...
The disciplinary area of it all.
Only about odd in his legs and let him coming up with it. You know what I mean, don't you? Floor exercises. I used to be laid in bed, giving him a penny for every, you know, doing these, you know.
Jumping jacks?
I've got dumbbells and all that, holding them out and all that, you know, and these.
I was getting bashed in the face at 7 years of age. Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday morning, buff, bashed in the face, learning how to box. How can your dad love you if he lets this happen to you 2 or 3 times a week?
Pop.
He was just training you how to be a boxer. You took it like that. He was hitting mad about it.
For the
See, this that groundwork, man.
He said that they'd been walking down and he's given him a real backhand and nearly knocks his head off. Then they come to a little shop and they buy him a big block of Cadbury's. Not a small one, you know, because it does you good. It was chocolate. So, he's told me that recently in the last few years that he used to whack him regularly going down.
By the age of 17, Paul Sykes had already had his first encounter with the law.
Okay. Boy took van to run away.
His early offences reflected unhappiness at home.
Every illusion that my old man had brought me up on had been shattered. And then I wanted a bit of revenge then.
Carried a gun without license. Hold on, go back.
And then
carry a gun without license, a rifle 50 feet.
I wanted a bit of revenge then. And
he shot a pigeon. Taking motor vehicle, using uninsured motor vehicle, no driver's
I deserved
license.
what I got. I deserved it.
Within 2 years, his criminal record had grown to 22 offences and, inevitably, his first prison sentence.
After he'd been sentenced, he was only 17. We went down to the cells.
That robbery got him, huh?
They let you go see them before they take them away. And I was absolutely disgusted. And one of the officers rebuked me afterwards because I told him, I said, if I'd have been the judge, I'd have hung you. That I was so disgusted with the things that I'd heard that had been done.
That accent is
strong.
strong.
Put me in the nick. The door's shut, lovely warm cell, and all the books I could read, I wasn't made up. Somebody shouting at me. In fact, being in the nick was easier than being at home. When I first came in...
That's why he liked going so much. 21 of the last 26 years. He said it's easier than being at home.
Prison, you walk through the cell door, and in the corner of your cell is the Bible and the rule book. You picked up the rule book. And after a few years, you can recite that rule book. You can recite it. I know the rules and regulations inside out. I am one of a very, very small minority of Great Britons with a written set of statutory rights. I have got rights. Can you say the same? How many people can say that? I've written down my rights, what I'm entitled to. The people in the high-rise flats in Salford and Liverpool, they haven't got any Bill of Rights. I have. And I'm one of the people that helped write them. Yeah. October 1964. There's all amendments all the way. That one, when they got radios, you had to do 4 year of sentence before you could have a radio. So I'd done 4 years of my sentence and I got a radio. The only man in the nick with a radio. So when I come out of the nick, I'm done again. 2 doormen in a nightclub, frighten them to death. They give me 5 years. So I get my radio. You can't have it. I said, well, I've done 4 years. What's the matter with you?
You gotta start all over.
From before I got my radio and everybody else got their radios.
When anybody in authorities challenged him or anything, he's hit them. So do you put that down to the fact that he was taught to box, or wouldn't he have hit them if he hadn't been taught to box? You can't take away from the fact that he's a big fella.
Yeah, that's a big name.
Do you want to grow your YouTube channel? Do you want to...
Their accents are strong as hell from wherever he's from. I forgot where they said it was. Oh no.
Challenged him or anything, he's hit them. So do you put that down to the fact that he was taught to box, or
any authority that challenged him,
if he
hit
hadn't
him.
been taught to box? You can't take away from the fact that he's a big fella.
During the 13 years since his first prison sentence, he had been free for just 9 months. Boxing offered the chance to end the cycle of crime. Belatedly, at 30, he started a career as a professional fighter.
So, round 1 of this 8-round heavyweight contest between Paul Sykes of Wakefield, and he's in the black shorts.
Yeah, Wakefield, they got strong accents.
Against Keith Johnson from Barnsley. And this is a really intriguing one, because this man, Paul Sykes, is something of a mystery man. Oh, and already he's in business. Rights and lefts to the head. And Johnson's down.
That motherfucking left hand ain't mysterious, goddamn.
And he's in trouble. What a sensational start. Up at the count of 7. Sykes is a man for whom a tremendous future's been predicted. His first professional fight at the age of 30, and he's giving Johnson a pasting. Rights and lefts to the body. He's like a machine, the man.
You gotta
Surely
just
at
go
this
down,
rate,
man.
this fight will not last very long at all. 10 seconds to go, and not enough time for Sykes to finish it off, although he's having a jolly good try. 5 seconds to go. Right there to the head. And Keith Johnson has never been so pleased.
Hey, shout out Keith Johnson for not falling, man. Again.
To hear the bell at the end of a round. And that,
So
without
far.
question, belongs to Paul Sykes.
Oh, they got
He's
the
a
whole
man
fight
for
down,
whom
huh?
big things have been predicted. And in fact, that's
threw in
it.
the towel.
Johnson's pulled out. And so, without a blow being struck in round 2, the winner, Paul Sykes of Wakefield, in his first professional fight. Now, this is your first professional fight.
Yeah.
What now?
Boy, came out in a bathrobe.
Then me third, then me fourth, and then like rows of shops, blocks of flats, holiday villas, 750 birds like Joe Bugner.
I encouraged him because I thought Paul's going to be an heavyweight, and there's fortunes in it, isn't there? There's fortunes in boxing, isn't there? If they get a right manager, and I thought he'll only want to get to the top, and then about 3 fights, and he's done it like Bruno. He's done it now, hasn't he? Bruno's made up now. And I thought, I don't know another way for a working class lad to get money.
Tommy Miller, with over 50 years in boxing, was Paul's manager.
Did everything, really, except dedication. Paul took that view like if he was tied up in a gym, it was like being banged up in the nick. While he was going, he was dynamite, and he packed all the holes. He sold tickets like everybody wanted tickets from all over. A lot was gangsters, petty crooks and top villains.
See, all the groundwork to make him the hardest prisoner. Man's 6'8", goddammit. with a army father.
But they all come supporting him. Even the police were buying tickets. True as that.
Gentlemen, if I can call you across here. Can I call you across here for a second, Paul? That was remarkable. How important is this fight for you on Monday?
Without swearing, it's shit or bust. I'll turn it in if I don't win this. And I've got to win it back in great style. Well, this is not just got to win. I've got to really the business.
And that is what that man did. God damn.
He's on the
He had to incubate that man?
life support machine. You think when you've belted them like they're going to get up at 10. You don't want them to get up at 9, but you want them to get up at 10. I always thought I was a bit of an hard case and a bit, you know, but he's sick of me this morning. It gutted me. You couldn't expect, you know, it was just like, I saw the kid there and 3,000 miles from home. Nobody, no family, no anything.
Don't worry, he did break down.
Yeah.
He did, he'll come down. It's all right, Paul.
American Dave Wilson needed a month in hospital to recover.
He could have gone right to the top quite easy. In fact, I think it was about 1,000 photographs done of Paul saying he was a future world champion. That's how confident I was. He impressed everybody. He did that. And
he's a world contender boxer.
One way or another, he'd always loads of worry on his mind, but he overcome it and went into the ring, and once he got in that ring, he was away.
After only 8 bouts, Sykes got his big chance, a fight against John L. Gardner for the British and Commonwealth heavyweight titles. It was an evenly matched contest as it entered the 6th round.
Well, this is clearly going to be a battle of stamina. It's a question of whose strength gives out first.
After
There's going to be
8
no
fights,
respite
that
because
man was
Gardner's
at
not
the
that
top.
sort of man. The end could be very near here. Can't put him down, but he's doing everything else for him. And he's turned away, and that was the sign. He's turned away, and that was what Brimmer was waiting for. So the great chance in life for Sykes has come and gone without success.
There's 2 things that you can do here, man. You could go back to a life of crime, or you can get back in and train some more.
Paul Sykes was soon back in trouble. His boxing career was over.
See where that went.
In 1981, he was jailed for 5 years. He'd taken a contract to intimidate a union official for £1,000. No sooner out, he was assaulting the police and was jailed again, this time for 2.5 years. 3.5 years was added after a fight that put 2 prison physical education instructors into hospital.
More than half his life in jail.
What's got me into trouble in the past is having my physique trained as a child, but not my emotions. I've altered the physical side to the intellectual side, if you want, the academic side, that using my brain instead of my body. It's all the same machine, and I didn't realise I'd got such a good brain until I took the wraps off and started using it. I've got a brilliant brain, and I'll tell you why I've got one.
Okay.
Because right from being a kid, I have been standing in a boxing ring. If you haven't got your wits about you, you're going to get bashed. All those years of having my wits about me has given me terrific eyesight, good hearing, a brilliant sense of atmospheric changes. I've learned how to interpret them as I've got older. I've read and read and read and read. Richard Powell, he's a good author, I like him. Norman Mailer, for storytelling. R.F. Delderfield, A.J. Cronin, Howard Spring, J.D. MacDonald, Nicholas Montserrat. There's so many good authors.
It's really a shame he found out he was this smart afterwards, after he did all of that. After all, he did all that beating up and doing all that shit. Now he's in his prison half his life. Now he's smart.
The French one, Sabatini, Hugo, so many that I admire.
Would have been free.
Three years ago, Paul Sykes started writing. He began on an account of the 2 years up to the end of his boxing career.
Don't be fit to write. You've got to concentrate. 2 or 3 hours every day, deep concentration, and you've got to train yourself to be able to get to that level. You can't write trivia. It's not Trivial Pursuit writing, and I'm not writing crap.
I heard they got a movie about him, too.
I'm not writing rubbish. And once I've started writing, you're opening doors that you think are shut, and you realise how much input your senses have received. And I can remember smells and tastes and colours and atmospheres. It makes all the difference, because I only write the truth. I don't make anything up. I write the truth.
Non-fiction.
And they say, truth is better than fiction. And in my case, it certainly is.
The truth is always better than some made-up shit.
His work, entitled
100%
Sweet Agony,
of the time.
won a Koestler Award for Artistic Achievement in prison.
It was so clear I could read the time on the cathedral clock through the front window. It was 10:10 when she walked past the house. A girl so startlingly attractive I held my breath. She was our Kay's mate, little Kath from across the road. She was a schoolgirl, untouched and virginal. She had to be, she was only 15.
Kath Nicholson grew up on the Luxett estate, living in the same street as the Sykes family. She became Paul's girlfriend despite an age gap of 15 years.
We're friends.
Wait a minute now, wait a minute.
As well as anything else, we're friends.
15 years?
And I think you need that. We've always remained friends.
I went to jail alone for that.
Throughout the past 12 years, we never fell out.
Do you know when I come in prison, don't you? I own part of the telephone system, yeah? All of a sudden now, they've took it off me. Never asked if they could. And there's 1% of the population own it. And when I come in prison, you used to get 2 minutes, 20 seconds for a 10p coin. Now it's privatised, 1% of the population. It's 38p a minute or something, yeah? Yeah. Well, how do you go about doing something that making matters right like? What do you do? You wind people up, don't you? And I'm good at winding people up. Ask any of these screws. I've always had colourful cellmates. I did all the train robbers sentence with them. Tommy Wisby and Jimmy Hussey and Roy James. Ronnie Bender and the Lambrianos and Eddie Richardson and Frankie Fraser and Roy Short and Freddie Mills and every face that you can think of that's ever been in prison, I've done time with them. I don't want to be with drips and cornflakes and lumps of wood. I want to be kids with that's a laugh, that breaks the monotony and comes out with something different, original. Yeah, characters. There's no characters now. Most of the kids in here are not going to get out. Looking forward to a furnished suite at Park Lane or Broadmoor or somewhere. That's it.
But after 4.5 years, Paul Sykes is due for release.
When your next door neighbour's a mass murderer and all that, and then all of a sudden you took out. Yeah, that takes a bit of getting used to.
Man, he's been in here so long. He's like institutionalized, like, and he doesn't even realize it. He gets out, he goes right back because prison is just where he's comfortable.
Trusting people again. I'll be all right. I think I shall be able to cope, and I've got some good people on my side. I'm right smack in the family patch. Relatives and friends and kids. And a beautiful missus that loves me. That makes a difference, you know, when you're in company that love you.
Okay, well, let's see. You get out this time, you got all that waiting for you on the
September
outside.
the
Let me
8th,
see
1989, and freedom.
I know all the pitfalls I've faced before, but they've all been centred around that thought. Fuck this, I want happier in the nick. As soon as I think that, I'm on my way back.
Wait, say that again?
I'm on my way back. Fuck this, I want happier in the nick before, but they've all been centred around that thought. Fuck this, I want happier in the nick. As soon as I think that,
I'll be back.
I'm on my way back.
Now it's 1989. You got a family on the outside now.
At 8 in the morning, he's met by Mick Sr. and his wife Carol, who've travelled over from Wakefield with Kath.
We home?
Yeah, this is it.
What do you reckon then, about? Hey? We've got about 30 years left. We've got about... I'm out, it's done, it's finished, it's over. That's another one. Come on, let's go home. Let's get home. Let's get out of here.
Mom, dad, girl.
Get on the bottom. It's all kinds of... When you look at the amount of traffic that there is, and remember what the Conservative Party announced a few years ago. Oh, no, not a few years ago, a few months ago in the paper, that they're spending £216 billion on extending the motorways, widening motorways and building new motorways to deal with the increase in traffic in the year 2025. When, and you can see for yourself, petrol runs out in 2019, so what they're talking about. All the kids...
Well, that didn't age well. Petrol is still booming and it's very expensive.
It did. They're building them for skateboards.
And the last cigarette.
What's the light doing on? What's the light doing on, Kath? I've told you my statutory right in prison is to be in a room where you don't require artificial light. Yeah, why is that? Because it's medical. If it's a statutory right, it's medical.
He got right on anarchy. What the fuck? Leave the light on, Paul.
So, I don't wear glasses.
You are not in the pen
Just give it a second while your eyes adjust. Yeah? Are we right now? Yeah? If you don't use your eye muscles, they atrophy. Might as well not have them.
Well, it's dark as hell in there.
Yes, Paul. Oh, I love you. It's been a long way, hasn't it?
Paul trying to get freaky. He trying to set the mood. He done turned off the lights. Look at Paul.
It'll be right, Kath. You'll see. We can put a tea then.
We always hoped that when he came out that there'd be a fresh start, and there's always been something there for him to come to. But then next thing you know is it's somebody else and is back again.
You've got to use every sense that you're given, and people are having them chuck off and they're being atrophied with them. Televisions and radios, and their hearing doesn't work and their eyes don't work and they're daft. And why are they daft? They want them to die early. And why do they want them to die early?
Katie looking at Paul like, Paul, listen, you free now. Turn the lights on. Watch some television. Relax. Get out your thoughts.
There's 6 billion of us. That's why they want them to die early, and there's not enough food. We've got to look after the food. We've got to feed the kids. We're living wherever our kids are living, and we've got 2 railings there. And Adam, we've got a good family, Kath, and it's our duty to look after them. And I'm going to tell you something else. It tells you that in here. But you know I'm not a Christian, don't you? Listen, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Yeah? You know what they say now in the nick? What would they say now in the nick when I start like this? What would they... Yes, Paul. I'm going to make a cup of tea. I'm a wonderful citizen. How do you think I've got this house and where I'm living now if I wasn't? They've given me this council. We've got the best... This is the best little city on earth. How do I know? I've been everywhere else. I'm here now, right on the family patch. Yeah, I know where it is. I've been. Nobody can tell me anything. I don't read Daily Mirror and Sun. I go and have a look. I go and have a look, and I've been. I've lived in the forests of North America. I've lived in the outback of the Ivory Coast. I've lived in India and Russia. I had my breakfast in Moscow and my tea in Wood Street, Nick. Yeah, I've been about a bit. I'm the only man in the history of mankind that has swum across the Straits of Johor. I had to avoid a police launch. It was either that or Changi, Nick. They've got me passport in Singapore. Yeah, I swam it. Yeah, nobody's ever done it before. Not because of the currents or anything like that. Nothing like that. It's...
Paul a little bit crazy. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Paul got a little, Paul...
Sharks.
A little crazy from boxing.
Not shark infested, but none of the locals go paddling. Yeah, I swum it. I know about sharks, yeah. I'm 6'3" and 16 stone, 200 weight, yeah, I'm swimming. These pumps were hanging around my neck when I done it, yeah. I thought, well, Jaws, how the conditioner, I know how the condition people, yeah, Jaws, boom, 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 yeah. They're just flying about. You've got to know how the job works, yeah. Sharks, they'll have a look at me and think, yeah, I know how to do them. You punch them right in the fucking ear hole and they swim off.
Paul Sykes has been held in 18 different prisons, including Wakefield. Although not
something is wrong with Paul. Paul needs to lay off the tea.
at the time when the
he got shrooms in that joint.
Prison officers there included his father, Walter.
I know what it's like in prison because I worked there. And it's not so good slopping out every morning and no running water, and they're living like animals, aren't they? They're just like animals in prison.
My dad's an old screw. He loves to give orders. Can't do anything, but he can give orders out like. I've told him that he ain't got to give me any more orders. He's 77 now, and he can't do it. He's got cancer and he's dropping to bits and all that, like screws do. And I've told him to shut up.
He's run me down too much. He did
Man, that's your dad,
Even yesterday, I went into our cages when they were the young fella and he started slagging me, calling me useless. I'd never done nothing, couldn't do anything, never had done, and never will do. He's just a useless, and he swore.
Damn.
He said, sit down, and I come out. I didn't sit down, but I thought he was coming after, he didn't. And I walked out.
Honestly, I don't think his dad did that much bad to him. He was probably super strict, and Paul just couldn't take that. Like, he got a real problem with his father. Like, damn.
And he was sick as a pig. I walked down to our house, and I thought, well, if that's the only lad I've got can talk to me like that, it's time I packed in. It's time I thought, give it up, this game. Families.
He's a dickhead, he's as daft as a brush, but he's honest and he's trustworthy. And you can put your life on me dad. He's no bottle. Plenty of shouting, can give orders, and he's... Well, have a look at him. He's got a finger missing for a start. He gives somebody a belt in the teeth. It's gone rotten. It's fell off like he's had to have it amputated, yeah? He's blind. All my life, I can never, ever remember my dad at least twice a week he's come home with dog shit on his shoes. That's how clever he is.
How much sort of fatherly love is there left for a son?
Not much. Not much. And as I say, not to live anywhere else. Not much. It's all gone. It's all gone.
Do I love him? I am the only person on earth allowed to call him a useless bastard. Nobody else can call him it. Just me. Nobody else can call him it. He's my dad.
Every time he's come home, I've kept...
What in the fuck are you talking about, Paul? Not even you should be calling him that, but I mean, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, but damn.
Hoping and...
I don't know the whole story. I want to see the movie now.
Hoping that it would alter. He was going to come out and he was going to work and he was going to write, he was going to do this. He's done nothing. Only go out and meet up with his old cronies. Well, things don't look good.
End of part 1. Shoot, we might as well end it too. Say hello. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your post notification bells, man. That's part 1. We'll be right back.